Hello everyone! First off, before I get into this video, I just want to say this is a spoiler warning for the Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise DLC. If you don't want the DLC spoiled and you want to keep it a surprise for you, please click off this video, do not watch it. But if you want to find out what happens in, I guess, late game, quote unquote, for the DLC, stick around and find out. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As I said in the previous clip, this is a huge spoiler warning, so if you're still here and you're a little hesitant, this is your last warning that this video is going to contain spoilers for the Animal Crossing DLC. So I was playing the game all last night, far into early morning, and I got this message from Nico and I jumped at the opportunity, ran to my PC, and absolutely had to start filming it. Now, within the DLC, I've noticed that I got one other message that was kind of similar to this. I had a music festival earlier in the game around the 30 home building mark, and it was more of like a celebration. But apparently now there is another one. You can see that the beach is already all dressed up. These, I believe, are the glowing moss balls, which is a new item that we got with this update, which I find absolutely incredible. With the last music festival that I had that I wasn't able to update, it was decorated in a very similar way. However, with this one, I'm not quite sure why it's happening. I must have missed that last night, but I still wanted to share it with y'all nonetheless because I thought it was absolutely incredible. You can see that villagers are already hanging out in the area, some are floating in the ocean. We got the amazing decorations that are already set up. But it's not quite time for the festival yet because, as we were told from Nico, it doesn't happen until about 6 p.m. at night. Now, with the festival that I got previously, that was a milestone, is more of a celebration that we've hit that milestone and built all of those houses. KK had come to our island and kind of performed music on the northern beach, which we just saw with all the decorations up there. I noticed that there were quite a few houses within the archipelago that were really fancy and highly decorated, so I checked to see if others were. It looked like it was really just the restaurant and the cafe kind of, but I'm now time traveling to 6 p.m. So as soon as we get to the beach, we see Nico again and they let us know to not work too hard. However, I find that interesting as dialogue because that's something that we would normally get. However, as you run across the beaches, you notice that there are no villagers to build homes for. And the reason for that is because there's a music festival happening in the background. I really like how the music gradually gets louder and louder the closer you get to the festival. And you can see all of the villagers, or at least a good chunk of them that you have on your island, out here partying with KK on the beach. I think it's absolutely amazing and so much fun. You do get some reactions. This is another thing that I wanted to showcase. With the very first music festival that you get after 30 houses, you learn some dance move reactions. This is one of them. You can see villagers doing some of the other ones, and it is so much fun. I know I've definitely used, I think it's the excitement reaction where you kind of just like bounce back and forth and shake your hands as a dance move in the past, but now we actually have dancing reactions. Granted, I do not know if that is something that you will only get with the DLC, or if that's still a reaction that you'll get without it. As far as I'm aware, I've only gotten it with that first music festival that I had, so I'm not quite sure if you'll get it if you don't have the DLC. But as you can see, we're all dancing, we're having some fun, we have flowers going down. The villagers are in new outfits as well. They're not in what they would normally wear, at least a normal amount of them. Like we can see Maple and Audie there are kind of dressed up and having some fun. They're wearing flower crowns and new shirts. So I ran straight to my apparel shop, which is another building that you're going to have to build before you get that first music festival. You will have to finish all of those facilities before you can to see if the clothing was there. And I was right, for the most part, most of the clothing items were found here, which I think is so cool. I know we have the Able Sisters back on our normal island, but here, once we have the clothing shop, you can actually buy clothing using the Poke currency. Can you believe it? That means not only do we get what we get from the Able Sisters, we get from here. And to make it better, within the clothing shop, you can customize what style of clothing. Obviously, mine is a cute clothing store. I love cuteness. I love pink pastels. That is all me. I didn't end up getting any of the clothing, though. It wasn't really my style, but it's nice to know that it's there. So if you want to match with the villagers, you can. So I thought that that was absolutely incredible. They're all dancing, they're all having fun. KK is floating, by the looks of it, on a little, like, boat of sorts, which I think is absolutely incredible. They have, like, a different look to them than what we see on our island. Another interesting detail that I found had happened is that you can't actually make requests from them. Here I'm trying to put on my wetsuit so I can go into the ocean and kind of see if I can't get to speak to KK at all. I'm trying to see if there's a way to get on the houseboat, or I guess it's not a houseboat, it's like a floating boat. It looks like there are tires that are tied to the boat itself. Not exactly sure how this is floating. It doesn't really make sense in my mind, but it still looks absolutely insane. We can see KK there. It doesn't appear that you can actually get on the same floating device, contraption, boat, raft. Not exactly sure what to call it. Floating DJ stand, I guess I could say. There is no way to get there. I was trying my best to see if I couldn't interact with KK in any way, to see if we can interact or request songs the way we can on our home island when KK shows up. Fortunately, we couldn't. And then, as soon as I got back into my little dress, bubbles appeared. That was another thing that I didn't notice until they appeared. There are apparently bubble machines out and about that will spray bubbles and have little flowers. I think this is absolutely adorable, a nice little detail because it's not on all the time. You have to be there for that specific section in order to see it. And then all the villagers keep going and keep vibing together. I just thought that it was a really cute little tidbit that was added late into the game that I could not wait to share with you. That does, however, wrap up today's video. So if you enjoyed it, drop a like down below. Let me know how you're finding the DLC and if you've decorated any homes for new villagers that like Shino or Sasha, because I have Shino but I haven't done Sasha yet and I really want to. But that does conclude today's video. If you like my content and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when I go live. I do stream Animal Crossing quite a bit on my Twitch. It is one of my current favorite games. I mean, it's been my favorite game since it came out, but I'm streaming it a lot more often. So if you want to go see me playing Animal Crossing live and sharing some of my designs, make sure you go check me out on Twitch. It is twitch.tv/mypastelpast. And I shall see you all in the next video. Bye!